Hey. Oh no 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 I've been down the road. Spotify. All right. We set up, we're good, we're juicy, we're fresh. Down by the river, I saw you there. Welcome on in. Mm, mm. That's what I wanted. Pop out chat. Hello, everyone. If you are here, hello, hello, hello. Yo, yo, yo. Hello, lads. Late nights. How am I going? I'm going good. How are you? Scott, how are you doing, mate? Happy Tuesday. Happy Team List Tuesday. How you doing, lads? Welcome. Welcome all. Welcome, welcome all, we say. Are we excited for team lists? Are we excited to rage trade? Are we excited for another NRL week? For another... We'll get the music off in a sec. Don't worry. Canoe Crew represent. Sorry, this is the Mighty Ducks affiliates here. I go by a different name, and it's the Mighty Ducks. I reckon Rage Traders could have such a cool logo, but I don't know what it would be. But it is what it is, right? How's everyone's scores looking like? What's your rank? What was your last round score? And what are your trades looking like before this team list Tuesday comes out? Comes out in about 11 minutos. Actually, I have to put my aircon on. One sec. All right. Aircon is a going. Clean this actually. Round 6, 1169. Total score 7,272. 4952 rank. Not bad. Not bad. Scott, 1094. Captain Gutho, down 3k spots to... You guys are doing well. You guys are actually doing well. Well, I thought I was going to go down to like 10k rank, but I go down to 1434 in my rank, but I go down 789 spots. Looking at Galvin, Shib to Paps, Billy via Campbell. So when is the judiciary, like, when do they do all of that stuff and it's like, okay, this person has been charged with 2 game suspensions or just a money fine? When does that all happen? Like, when do we know if Billy Smith is okay to basically put in our teams, essentially? So I'm going Tupelotu to Hiroti, Iongi to Paps, Iongi to Paps, Iongi to Paps, so that's really good. And White to Egan with 483k in the bank. Iongi to Paps and White. What is White's break even actually? Let's have a look at that. I'm very interested in this White play. People are hopping off. What's his break even? 37. His minutes were 49 minutes against Souths. Is that right? His base was 51. 51 base. Wait, what points did he get? 55? I don't think White is a trade out. Wait, White has a 78. Why is NRL SC stats showing me incorrect data? Why is it showing me incorrect data? It's so weird. Why? I don't know why SC stats is showing me incorrect data. I'll do it on Supercoach. 78 break even. Okay. It's such an unfortunate. My only thing is, yeah, if you have 2 boosts left, I'm not sure if that's worthy of a boost. Paycheck, how you doing? Luke, Bel Castro, how you doing, lads? How's everyone going? How's your teams looking? Thanks for coming on in. Billy suspended this week. Okay, so we're definitely not going Billy. Thinking of going Hines to DC. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it, and maybe we'll just start talking about this now. Oh, does that not come up? Oh, it's because it's not part of Chrome. Okay. Give me a second. Let me see if I can show you guys this. How would I do this? Is it a media? Maybe a window capture? I just want to show you the draw. Oh, it could be this. Or is it not going to show it? Okay, it's not going to show it. It's just being weird. I'll get this draw up for you. But with Manly, they have St. George into Penrith into a bye into Sharks. The good thing is you're getting DCE at home against St. George. Penrith's defense has been abysmal. Then you're going into a bye into Sharks. It's not a bad play, but then if I go to Sharks and I say to you now, let's just get this trumpets off. If I go to Sharks and then I say, okay, you're going to trade Hines into DCE, that's going into a bye, but then we also have Hines, right? That's playing for Cronulla Sharks. That's going into Newcastle, West Tigers, Parramatta, Manly away, Melbourne, Sydney, Roosters bye. So even around this period where they're going Newcastle, West Tigers, Para, we could see Hines drop a 100-point game here. We easily could see it. Will we see it? Only time will tell. You know what I mean? But it's a gamble. I don't think it's worth. Egan named it. Don't do this to me. Hold on. Have team lists come out? Team lists haven't come out. What? You liar. You liar. You lied to me. Might not trade this week. Ponga to Paps is tempting though. I'm definitely getting rid of Ponga. I think the problem is, okay, so this is they have where? I'm on the NRL site. What? Hello, ding, 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 ding. Oh, got it. Apologies. All right, let's go through this, lads. Team list round 7. Welcome on in. Flick your questions if you have any questions. We'll do it at the same time. I don't like leaving them to the end. Okay, so we're going to start with Thursday's game, Easter weekend. Eagles 750 against the Dragons. Let's go down. Jason Saab returns on the wing. Clayton Fowler drops to 18th man. That's really annoying if you took a gamble on him. That's very annoying because he was actually someone that you could actually have gone for. But yeah, that's a bit of a hit in the guts. If you do have Clayton, I'd look at getting rid of him. Maybe you could hold him depending on how your team is looking. But nothing crazy there besides that. Obviously, the biggest thing here for St. George is the loss of Tuipulotu with a hamstring injury. Sees Matt Feagai move from 18th man to the starting side. Does anyone know how long Tuipulotu is out for? Have they even said that? I think what we're going to see is a lot of people going from Tuipulotu down to Hiroti. or maybe holding for a week, then moving to Billy Smith next week, or just going up from Tuipulotu to Karaz or Valentine Holmes. That's another play that you could look at. I don't mind the Karaz play, but we have that extra week to look at Karaz, but that is completely fine. I would say if Egan a must still on the bench? Still on the bench. Let's get into that when we get to that game, but that's thrown me off a bit after the way he played. Bulldogs, Rabbitohs. By the way, when we go through team lists, if you have a player in that team or someone that you're looking to get from the team that we're discussing, just literally fire a question away, and I'll just try and go. I like going through questions as you guys ask them as well, not like waiting till the end and going through anything, so we can kind of like be in synergy. Also, so we went over thinking of going Hines to DC. Currently 13K overall, small green arrow this week. Relatively happy where my team is at. That's good. I think Luke was talking about Hines, but I'm not sure. And you do have 2 boosts remaining. So if you do have 2 boosts remaining, Major, I would look for a 2 trade week this week. I think Ponga to Paps, a lot of people are going to do. The reason being is Ponga to Paps is just someone that you have to have at the moment, because I feel like if you don't, with the draw that Storm have, you are going to be left behind on points. Bulldogs, Rabbitohs. Can you go back to the first game and give us thoughts on Egan? Oh, sorry. My bad. Okay, so I completely didn't register that. That's my bad. So Egan goes on to the interchange. Hamish Stewart, Blake Laurie, Jacob Little. Okay, well, the good thing... Okay, this is the good thing. There's 2 good things here. Does he become a must-have? The answer is no. He's not a, oh my God, I got into the top 100 because of Dylan Egan. The thing is here is if he keeps performing, or even if there's an injury that happens a lot, HIA, or they're so strict on these little things now with head highs, as soon as someone comes off for St. George or things aren't performing. So what's going to happen here is we expect this to either be Seagulls win or a very tight game. But what's going to happen is the coach is going to know that Dylan Egan had a blast of a week last week. And no one can doubt that. So what's going to happen is if it's a clincher of a game or they have a bad start, he's going to go, I need to get Egan in. So I actually think this is a fine trade, because I also think that there could be definite plays where Egan starts for St. George. St. George are not the best team in the comp. They're not a top 4 team. I think he's going to get opportunity, and I still think it's a play. Now, if you haven't got Egan or can't, I'm not even going to go how you pronounce it. I don't know. You don't even tell me in the chat. I think you're still leaning towards Egan because of the opportunity, because of the team, and because of Dylan Lucas returning. We don't know what's going to happen with Kant. So that's my thoughts on it. I actually think that Egan has been performing as one of the best players in St. George, along with Gutho, along with Holmes, and along with most probably Sewer, Couchman. I think he's up there with those. And I just think he's still a trade-in. There's still major opportunity there. If we look at the draw, let me just swing to this and I'll go to the draw for you, because this will be a great indicator for what we expect for let me just zoom in on this for you guys. All right, so if we look here at St. George, the only thing they really have bad for them, or not bad, it just is what it is the bye. But they have Manly away, Sydney Roosters away, then Tigers away, and New Zealand. Now, the thing with Tigers is this Galvin thing is actually quite massive for them, because if he does drop out of the team, their attack is actually going to be, I think, a bit worse, because Galvin, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best upcoming player in the NRL. So all this news around Tigers is actually very, very interesting. So this is going to be another game where I think Egan just is going to be great. The reason I got Egan in and Kant in was because of their base. Base is a great indication. And as soon as he gets more minutes, if that happens later down the track in the next 1 to 2 rounds, it's going to be too late to get him. So if you decide that you don't go Egan now, I think it's going to be too late to get him in the future. So you really need to make that decision of it's happening now or it's not at all. And I think it's too late for Khan already because of the Dylan Lucas situation. He was just someone we were going to get for the money and then move over to another 2RF or, move a 2RF up, down, whatever, and make way for an FRF and get a new player in. So that's my take on Egan. I just think he's a caliber player. The base is great. I don't know if it's updated here. Let's just have a look here. Have they done it here? Have they not updated? Am I tripping? They haven't even updated on NRL SC stats yet. That's why the white change didn't come through. You guys are pathetic. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, man. Anyway, that's fine. I hope that helps you guys out. I don't know how. Well, we just delete this because it's not happening. Guy who owns the site said it likely won't get updated this week. Out in Bahamas, he's on it. Okay. Let's just check anything here. So we've talked about Egan. Could be a late Swapski. Yeah. True. That's also a very good point. Stay alert on this game on Thursday. It's good that it's Thursday and it's the first game because Egan could easily go to the starting lineup. But yep. All right. Let's go to the next one. Bulldogs, Rabbitohs. If you are a Preston owner, you are hoping for something at least 60, 70 plus in this game, in my opinion. Friday, 4:05 p.m. Whoa. So Burden is back. Whoa. Okay. So if you do have Dylan Brown in your 5/8, you could swing him up and get Burden in. There are plays that can be done here. I would suggest we maybe wait for Burden and just see how he is after the injury. Kikau is back. Oh, wait, no. And Viliami Kikau is part of the extended squad. So Preston should still be left side, correct? I think that's massive. I think you could easily put a VC on Preston this game. I said it. Kikau on the reserves. Yep. So we want to pay attention here. I don't know if Kikau's going to come in or they're playing games there, but I think if Preston is on left side, he could be a good. Yep. 100%. So Preston could move to the right. If he does move to the right, I don't think he is a vice captaincy choice. I actually like him better on the left. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that. Maybe it's just because of the points and how he's been. It just felt like it went to the left more. They went to Preston more and he dominated more on the left. Hey, that's just my take. Bailey Haywood goes back to the bench after deputizing for Burden. Okay, sure. And Satili Tupanua returns from suspension on the bench. Blake Taff has gone to 18th man. Okay, cool. So Cody Walker returns. Okay, that's pretty massive. So where is Latrell Mitchell to partner Latrell Mitchell in the halves? What? That's crazy. Are you guys surprised by this? I don't know, man. That's insane. This is going to be really interesting to watch. Okay, so we've got Latrell at the 6 and Cody at the 7. Never thought I'd see that in my life. Yeah, I mean, Dodd's just getting a free salary at the moment, but man, wouldn't you be thinking if you're Dodd, okay, Humphreys goes down. Who else went down before it? Walker? Did someone else go down before it? I don't remember. But you'd be thinking, oh, this is my moment. Better yet, Wayne Bennett takes a dump on your face and says, no, mate, sorry, stay on the sidelines. Anyway, another backline boost for the Bunnies with Campbell Graham calf returning. Okay, so if Campbell Graham is on the same side as Preston, I don't think we VC Preston this game. I think with the return of some of these players, Campbell Graham especially, if they're on the same side, we don't do that now. I thought there was going to be a bit more injuries. It's not. Sullivan is serving a 1-game suspension. Prop Sean Keppie has been named pending his appearance at the judiciary. Oh, so it happens on Tuesday night. Okay, sure. Josh Schuster has been listed among the reserves. So nothing crazy here. Burton, big watch. You could play for Burton, definitely. Nothing really crazy there. No. If you still have P-Mam, I'm not sure what Mam's break even is. Let's just have a look at that quickly. 58. It's getting a bit higher now. I think this is the time you could move Mam on. I moved him last week just because I wanted to move Watson up. As you can see here, Watson is my starting hooker. Sandon Smith is my reserve hooker, and I need to be careful of this because Roosters have a bye coming up, so I have to facilitate this some way. And if Hines gets really bad, I think Sandon Smith is just going to come into my half position, and then I'll get like Harry Grant or just someone else that I think can grab me points or just stick there and stay there. But just be aware of that if you do have Sandon Smith and Watson as your hookers. And just be aware of the Roosters bye coming up. I think it's in 3 rounds for memory. Next game, Dolphins versus Storm. This game is going to be very interesting. I want to see how Dolphins, because they are on a bit of a streak, how are they actually going to perform against the Storm? Campbell's on the wing. Campbell is on the wing because of Johnston? Okay. That's really interesting. Okay. Well, this will be an interesting watch, but he could snag an easy try here, and that could boost his break even down a bit. So we actually do want to pay attention, because if Campbell Graham gets some good points here, he could be someone we look at grabbing. Campbell Graham at the moment, I would assume he has a pretty high break even, 67, 477,000. So quite cheap. Pay attention to that, just in case things start moving for South. But that's a good call. Thank you for letting me know that. Dolphins Storm. So here we go. This is being played at Suncorp. Wolf rolls out the same 17 that got the job done. In style against the Panthers, Ray Stone has served his suspension. Cool. If you have Plath, I still think he's a bit of a hold. It's getting close to a trade out. If you have Tom Gilbert, I think he's a trade out with the 2 RFs we have available to us and all the cash gen. It's obvious that FRF and 2RF is just cash gen central at the moment with some CTWs. But there's nothing really to go off for the Dolphins besides that. I would say Hammer is still a watch. If you have a Sarko, he's still a watch. Avarillo, don't jump onto that score. Herbie Farnworth could be a play. I think against Melbourne, though, I'm not confident. Hello, Rugby League Realm. How you doing? Matthew, if I didn't say hi, hello as well. And also the good place. I wouldn't read too much into this. Dolphins, to me, are kind of like a weird super coach team that you can't get much consistency from. Even some weeks, Asako's going like 120, then he's going like 40. It's just like a Mulatalo sort of thing. So don't read into that too much. Tyron Wishart stays on the bench here. Harry Grant. Jerome Hughes is in. Jerome Hughes is in. Oh, man. Oh, boy. The problem is, what's his break even? It's got to be huge. It's got to be like 90 plus, right? 111. Oh God! So you can't really go from Hines. I don't think you go to Hines to him. You can't. It's too much of a risk with the Sharks draw. Also being kind of similar, not as good, but kind of similar to the Storm draw. I think you can wait for a nice play here. If he gets like a 60 to 80, then we look at him next week, because next week the Storm, this is when the draw gets really, really nice. Because of Dolphins and how they're playing, this game actually could be a tight one. So don't overread this thinking it's going to be a 50-point game to like 4 points like it was against the Warriors. But Melbourne, after this, they have Souths at home, Canberra at home, West Tigers at home. Let me repeat it. They have Souths at home, Canberra at home, West Tigers at home. This is the 3 games you want to try and build up for your Storms players for, if you can. At the moment, I have Katoa and I'm trading in for Pap. They're going to be my 2. I could possibly play for Munster. I'm not sure on it yet, but this is your period, round 8, round 9, round 10. Then they verse the Sharks, who still expect some points scored here, into a bye, into Gold Coast away, into North Queensland. But this is like origin period as well, so don't read into that. Is Hammer worth a look? I think if you've got Hammer, yes. Negative 22 at 570,000. Boy, oh boy, it didn't make it hard for us. Okay, so they come into Canberra away, Sydney, Para, New Zealand, Bulldogs bye. I'm kind of thinking that these 2 games are just inflated points. Yes, they dominated, but I don't expect them to put this type of points up against Melbourne and Canberra. And the 2 fullbacks, I think there's 3 core fullbacks right now that should be in everyone's team or people should be trying to do. One is Gutho, not in any order. If we go in order, it's Paps, Gutho, Tedesco. Somehow Tedesco is like 4th or 5th in the total points scored. He is not even scoring tries, really. He's just doing these like, it's actually insane, especially the way the Roosters started. So that would be my 3. If you did want a pod, you could go Hammer, but he just got some really poor and easy tries in the last like 2 rounds. Kind of like gimme tries where someone makes a break and he just supports and gets the ball and scores. I don't see that happening in their next 2 games. It's a viable play if you want to go for a pod play, but I think with what Teddy, Paps, and Gutho are doing, it might not be worth it. There's just way too much of a risk. If there's nothing else for the Dolphins Storm, I don't think anything else is there besides maybe talking about Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson, someone I mentioned in my pods video, he still gets, I think, like a 77 last week or a 75. At the moment, he's sitting at negative 22. The problem is he has a 600,000 price tag. The good thing is if you have a is it Christian Tuipulotu from St. George, this could be the sideways trade that could really work out for you because their draw is just phenomenal. The problem is, when is Will Warbrick due back? Is he named back yet? No. Fa'alogo comes into the team. So Grant Anderson is off the wing. He was on the wing, right? Last week. Am I tripping? Has he moved now to centers? That's interesting if that's the case. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he moves to the centers from the wing. I'm not sure. I'm curious to see if that actually benefits him even more. But I mean, that's a bit iffy there. But their draw is just so good and it's Melbourne. Teddy is 5.5% owned, so still under 10%, so still a very big pod. I think Teddy's a great play. I think a lot of people want to go to Teddy but can't go Teddy because of just money reasons. Good bring up here. Also, Drinkwater at fullback. The problem is I don't think their draw is that great. They have the bye this week into Gold Coast, New Zealand. Gold Coast at home, New Zealand away, Penrith, Manly. I did speak about it in my pods video. I said you could grab him before the bye. He got like a 70-something, I think, from memory, 78. Let's have a look at him. Drinkwater, 65 break even at 702,000. You could do it. You could actually do it. The problem is Drinkwater would be a buy next week. I don't think you could do it this week just because of the buy. So there's really no point in talking about him now. It is a great mention. It's a really good mention because NZ game is Magic Round, so still in Queensland. Okay. That's really nice, actually. No, the one thing we don't care about is a team winning. We care about it being high scoring points, and I think this is what you're going to find out that's going to happen. My biggest concern is the Gold Coast game because Gold Coast, I expect them to really be a different team this week. And if they get that win, and it's a solid win against Canberra, who is an informed team, I'm really scared for North Queensland. I mean, that's not the way you should think in Supercoach at the moment. These teams are leaking points, so you go with that. But this is a next week play. So if you do have Iongi, maybe this week you don't trade Iongi and you move him to Drinkwater next week, like myself. It's a big decision for me to make personally as well because I have Iongi. He's at a 2 break even, so he's basically guaranteed to make me money. But how much money is he going to make? If he gets a 15 or a 20, is it worth it when I could have just gone up to Teddy now with Iongi and gotten a 60, a 70, an 80, or even more? So that's the way I'm kind of thinking about it. If you have Iongi, you could hold him for one more week, then go to Drinkwater or your Teddy or to another fullback like Hammer. It's completely up to you. All right. So next we have going to Captain Teddy this week. We will be talking about captains and some trades soon, which will be good. Warriors versus Broncos. Okay. So I think some of the biggest points here is Shibasaki and Jesse Arthurs. We need to know here about just one change to my side with Jordan Ricky back from suspension. So Arthurs didn't get Cat 1. He got Cat 2. So he doesn't have to serve the 11-day thing, which I was actually hoping that happened. Goss is out. I would say this is the time you move Goss. Oh, man, that actually hurts me a lot because I wanted Jesse Arthurs to not be playing so I could move Shibasaki, not get a money loss on Jesse Arthurs, and then move him next week. That's really annoying. I think I'm going to take a gamble and I'm still going to hold Jesse Arthurs and I'm going to move Shibasaki, but I'm actually kind of wanting to not move either and take a massive gamble as well. Yeah, Arthur's break even is completely fine. So if we look at Arthur's quickly, why does that not come up? Wait, have I spelled his name wrong? Oh, it's ARS. Didn't know that. Break even of 48. If we look at the draw here, Broncos come into New Zealand away, into Bulldogs, into Penrith. So what we could do here is we could just say, okay, if he gets a 40, if he gets a 50, if he gets a 60, if he gets a 30, whatever it may be, let it be and basically trade him into the Bulldogs and Penrith. I actually am not mad at holding him. I don't think people have to trade him yet. Warriors just have up to 100. Warriors just gave up to 140 to coach. Arthurs probably makes money. Yeah. I'm actually not mad at holding both. Call me crazy. The only thing I'm concerned about is it is at Warriors Stadium, where for some reason, when you play in New Zealand, it's a completely different Warriors team. Now, that's just me saying Warriors are going to be better, but I still think they're going to leak a lot of points. So I expect this to be quite a high scoring game. I'm actually not mad at this because for me, for my team currently, I could just leave these two here. The problem is that I then miss out. I could go to Male, to Hiroti, hold these two. Shibasaki with a 75 break even. If he goes 70 plus, 60 plus, this is a great play. This is a great play because one, he's getting you those points. He's going to leak a bit of money, but still you get to hold him and then move to Billy Smith next week. We have to keep in mind, what are we doing next week with our trades as well? And this is what I try and tell people. It's not just what do I do this week? It's kind of like chess where you're thinking about your next 3 or 4 moves. And for me, it's like if I trade Tamale, get Hiroti in, Hiroti then is eventually going to be another trade. That's 2 trades. Then next week, I go Shiba or Arthurs down to Smith. What do I then do after that? So I'm constantly trying to go like 2-3 weeks down the track. You know what I mean? So I'm not 100% on that at the moment. But this is good information. Arthurs is back. I think he can easily score 1 or 2 tries here. They play the left wing heavily, and I think they're going to be a lot of line breaks and line busts, so that's a good thing. Also, he's a downgrade to Billy Smith next week. There we go. Hello, by the way. Is it Nikhil? Is that how you pronounce it? Patel. Hello. Mad Football Edits. Mitchell Moses is back this week. God help Parramatta because they needed something. They could be running at Capewell if you think he lines up at right center. Could be a spot to target. Yeah. I just think Broncos are generally they love going left. That's just how it is. So I don't know the actual statistics of the percentages of when they go left or right. A new right winger to a Tuapiki. Did Tuapiki move to fullback because of the injury? My eyes just lit up because Tuapiki has CTW as well, right? How do I spell this guy's name? I'm just going to go Tane. It's Tane, right? CTW fullback, 65 break even. What's their draw? That's actually really interesting. Where are they? Have I lost them? Am I blind? New Zealand, hello? Yeah. Broncos, Newcastle, North Queensland, St. George, Dolphins, Canberra. Hold on. Wait, Broncos, Newcastle, North Queensland, St. George away, Dolphins away, Canberra Souths? How long is he out for? How long is the fullback out for? Is it Charles Nicoll-Klokstad? That's the fullback, right? How long is he out for? Does anyone know? That's actually really interesting. How many home games do they have in this? 1, 2. Wait. Did you say the Broncos? Okay, yep. Galvin is not dropped. Don't you dare. Don't you dare speak this to me. Don't you better be lying. You better be lying. The loss of James Fisher-Harris brings Jackson Ford into the front row and Laban onto the bench. Charles Nicoll-Klokstad has entered the concussion. Oh, so it was a concussion. Okay. And Ed Kersey comes into the wing. Rockaberry is one of things. Oh, man. I got to stay. Hey, this is a good watch here. Lekik Halasima. Really big watch here, by the way, guys. Go on your Supercoach and watch list this guy. Tamari Martin has been added to the bench. Can someone... Oh, man. This guy, I swear to you, someone needs to sign him because Warriors do not know how good he can be. Nothing here. Jordan Ricky's back and Jack Goz serving a 1-game suspension. You could hold Jack Goz. I just think with what's on offer, let's just see. He's 320. Yeah, get rid of Goz. Get rid of Goz. Go to Egan. Go to Kant. Go to someone else. All right. Please be lying to me. Roosters Panthers. This is going to be a really, really good game, I think. All right, let's look here. Mark Nawa, you know I don't like pronouncing his last name, so we call him Mark Nawa here, is back from a calf injury to fill the void left from Billy Smith's suspension. After returning from a cheekbone injury via the bench last week, Victor Radley has been named to start at lock. This is another reason to maybe look at trading Naf White. Hooker Mitch Kenny returns from a shoulder injury to bolster the pack, while Casey McLean and Luke Garner form a new centre pairing with Isaac Targo. Whoa. Thomas Jenkins. Okay. Okay, so we are seeing a bit of something. Blaze holds his spot. Lindsay Smith still doing work. Okay. Interesting. If you've got Toya, you can move him. You don't have to. I don't think it's a massive play. I think you still hold him. Hugo didn't really go crazy with the points. Easy Roosters win. We'll see. Connor Watson, good. Sua Wong was very, very disappointing in points last week. If you've made that trade for Sua Wong, I think you still hope for a bit of a bounce back this game. His break even is still 12. You definitely hold there, but you're just hoping for a bit more points, because if he has a rough game this game, then it's getting going to get a bit worse for you. And you honestly just want a trade like that actually scoring, 50, 60 plus. Zach Dogger Clay, Ketty, Steep, and Lenu on the bench. Snyder. I was really interested to see if Snyder actually was going to start, but I guess that's not going to happen. And it's just so hard, but I just prefer seeing Blaze as a fullback, even possibly a winger. I would have loved to have seen that, but that's not going to happen. And reserves, Jack Cole is there. Nothing really much else to speak about here, unless you guys have any questions. 2 forward bench. So expect this game. I expect Lindsay Smith to absolutely go 70 plus this game. He's just an absolute beast. Yeah, nothing much. Yao, great. I think Yao and Smith can easily be captaincy, vice captaincy picks this game. So watch this space. Yeah, I think Lindsay Smith is a great shout. Chan's got concussed, is not going to be that long. Okay, that's fair. Para $2.12 underdogs against an understrength Tigers sounds like money to me. First of all, never ever put your money on Parramatta Eels. Tip number 1. Tip number 2, if you are going to put money on Parramatta Eels, don't do it. Tip number 3, I wouldn't say that they're understrength. They just lose Galvin, which at the end of the day, Fanu, I think, comes in, right? And they're still going to be very, very strong, and they're going to be at home after a massive win. I don't see them losing this game. Eels are trash, unfortunately. Hopgood's been playing like trash. Lomax is still out. I don't know what their attack looks like. It's so hard who to pick, whose attack is worse. Is it Paras or Newcastle? Most probably Newcastle's, because Para just can't seem to get down to the other end, so you never really see their attack, and they have Iongi who can actually throw a cutout ball. But let's get to this Titans-Raiders game. All right, so De Groot, who's been average in my opinion, holds fullback place. I just think I honestly would not be shocked if Brimson or someone else went to fullback, but I guess we're still holding this. Fafita, does he start? He does, which is great. If you want to make a play at Fafita, the time is now. He's at bottom out central. They're coming into a very, very strong Raiders team who are just playing phenomenal footy at the moment. Going down here, Tino is back, which is huge for the Gold Coast Titans. Winger Jojo Fafita and bench forward Isaac Fasamanua, I can't even pronounce it, are also back on deck. Sami slides into the centers and Bo Firmal returns to the back row. Thank God for that after playing center last week. Cleese Haas and Chris Randall go to the bench and Brock Gray suspension. Brock Gray was awful last week. Just so many errors. Howe, 18th man, and Alan Fitzgibbon reserves makes way. Back rower Zach Hosking returns after missing 4 games. Wow. Okay, so what happens with Nicholson here? This is the big watch. So Hosking comes on to interchange. I would say do not reserve Nicholson this week. Do not start him and don't reserve him. I think either something's going to happen here where it's either Smitties or Nicholson that just gets less minutes. I don't think it's going to be Hudson Young. He's just a high tier caliber player. You wouldn't do that unless you guys can suggest something else. I don't see that happening. Yeah, okay, so he's back. Now, we also have to talk about Hosking as a potential grab because he's absolutely insane. His base is like 50 plus. He's got a 37 break even with 513,900 price tag. This is actually really good. The problem is he's mostly being settled back into the lineup, so I wouldn't maybe grab him now, but I dare say he's going to break the 37. I don't know how much by, but I think it's maybe like a next week looking thing. If we're looking into the Canberra Raiders draw, we're looking at Gold Coast away, into Dolphins, into Melbourne away, Bulldogs, Gold Coast, New Zealand. So it is a bit rough. There is a bit of a rough patch here. And if Dolphins end up getting the win against Melbourne, I don't think it's going to happen. But, you know, it's going to be very, very tough. I don't expect a huge amount of points, so maybe we can hold off on Hosking and wait for a round like this period here in the round 16, West Tigers, Newcastle, St. George. Dewey at 5'8" now. Oh, man. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else for Titans and Raiders, that is it there. This could also be the time. I should mention it. If we just look quickly, Nicholson has a -4 break even. Gosh, he's making some good money, isn't he? Bloody hell, if you didn't get Nicholson, you're feeling it now. 509,173K made with a -4 break even. This guy is absolutely beasting it. I swear to you, I'm in money-making central here. Knights versus Sharks. Kalen Ponga. Look, it'll be my luck that I trade him out and then all of a sudden he turns into a different man, but they're well, thank God Phoenix Crossland isn't. Did Phoenix Crossland get dropped? Okay, I was going to say. So Phoenix Crossland moves back to hooker. Tyson Gamble comes in. Oh, man. Is Dylan Lucas back? Still out. Damn. Okay, so a couple of troops return with Tyson Gamble back, obviously, and Schiller is back, also good to go. Phoenix Crossland moves from halfback to hooker. I think last week, Kalen Ponga should have moved into the halves. I think that was a really bad coaching play. I don't know why he didn't move into the halves. Wait, or did he? No, he didn't. I'm an idiot. Why am I asking that question? There were some bits where he was getting it at first receiver and it was just hella weird. But last week was the week I was like, surely you could do this, and they didn't do it. Playmaker Jack Cogger is listed among the reserves as he looks to return from a finger injury. Frizzell has been named at prop with Tyrone Thompson reverting to the bench. Matt Croker starts at lock after coming off the bench last week. I wouldn't be so quick to drop Ponga. Draw is good. Lucas to come back and hopefully save them. And I think Gamble in the halves will do them well. My only concern to this comment is it's not about what Ponga can do. It's about what can Pappenhausen do as the goal kicker for Storm coming into the most craziest draw where as a team they in 3 games could easily score over 90 points as a team. Now if you think about it that way, 90 to 100 points as a goal kicker for a team and a fullback, you could be down a lot of points. Now, what you could do is if you had Iongi, you could hold Iongi. But why? But you say take the goal kicking away. Why do I take the goal kicking away though? He is the goal kicker. That's the point. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, look at his stats if he doesn't have this, but he does have this, and that's why we have to consider it. Could I go Iongi to Pap and just hold Ponga? Possibly. Possibly that's a play for me. Maybe that is the play. Meany will take the kicking duties back. Really? Back in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Paps could pop 110 points in a game and you're just losing way out. I don't know. I'll have to look into it a bit more, but I mean, he's been traded. Look at this, 9,300 trades in. That is, or 9,261, but that's absurd. Tedesco 3-2. Okay. Yeah, and also Pappy should captain Ponga again. Banned from the chat. All right, so nothing really crazy there. Fletcher Sharp, Marzu. If you have Marzu, you're still holding him. Don't stress on Marzu because he actually hasn't been scoring tries and still scoring well. So don't worry about that. If you have Dewey, we'll speak about that soon. But yeah, my cat's also meowing at the door, which is really annoying. Okay, so Sharks here. Let's go. Star prop Adam Fanua-Blake has been named despite leaving the field with a groin problem in Perth. The Sharks stick with the same squad and got the job done against Manly. Centre Kale Iro could be another 2 weeks away. I don't know if Hiroti is a play. What's his break even? Is it that bad? Is it like negative 75 or something? Negative 61. Hold on, let me just let my cat in. Come on. I'm in the live stream. Sorry, Snow. I don't have my phone, Charlie. All right, sorry. Don't worry. My captains and vice captains are definitely changing this week. All right. Dewey's at 7. Dewey is kicking very well as well. I think do we have the highest percentage in the comp at the moment? I think it's up there. Okay, so Hiroti. Jeez. Negative 61. Likely 2 games to go. Sharks have a really, really, really good draw as well. Let's see here. So Sharks have... Where are we? Who do they have this week? Sharks have Knights, right? West Tigers away. Para. So you're looking at most probably having Hiroti for Newcastle, West Tigers definitely into Para. You're boosting to bring Fafita. Oh, David Fafita. Yep, nice. And Carraz, but Hiroti only plays for 2 weeks. Yeah. The thing is, if he plays really, really well, maybe they find space for him. Hey, I have a question for you guys. This might be the dumbest question. Number 2, is number 2 always the right winger and number 4 always the left winger? Is that how it works? This might be the dumbest question. And then number 3 is always the right center and number 4 is the left center. Is that correct? Not always. Great. All right. So I also, you know who was playing actually well for Knights? Kai Pearce-Paul. What's I just want to see what he's doing. 53 break even. 500. Okay. Did he get 65 last week? He got 65 last week in that game. That's actually absurd. That's actually absurd. It's really good by him. He's actually doing quite a lot of work in a very average team. All right, so nothing much more here to talk about. AFB actually is a talking point. Fanua. Fanua. Got it. So good. Break even of 81 has dropped 38K with some type of injury from last week that seems to be better. I think you still hold. I'm pretty sure you still hold because of the draw, but you'd monitor it very, 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 very closely. I still would hold there because of the draw. You also said, what other downgrade options do we have? Because I'm boosting to bring in Fafita and Karaz, but Harodi only plays for 2 weeks. Well, the downgrade option for next week that you're really looking at is Billy Smith. It's only really Harodi. I don't really see any. There is another play you could make, but I think he's a bit too expensive, but that's Stafford Toa. Him and Luai and Bulla have been connecting really, really well, and they've been going right a bit more, which has been good to see. And if this whole Galvin situation tends to be that, Galvin tends to go left a bit more, so you might see them even go more to the right. He's at 496,000 with a -4 break even up against the Parramatta Eels this week. Could be a play. Could be a play. So he's a bit of a cheeky. He's a bit of a cheeky one. What's his ownership at? 5% with 8,914 teams. It's very interesting. That's a very interesting play there. But do you go Grant Anderson over Toa? Also, Grant Anderson, if he is a downgrade option, it should be this week, I would say. But yeah, that's also another play you could do. Tamale, we need to speak about as well. But yeah, that's it there for the Sharks. Besides, obviously, Hines. What I've been saying this week is that you should just stick with Hines. I don't see a world where you can just hold him. Trade him at the moment. Hughes being named is great, but the break even is just high because of that injury that we don't need to go there. So I wouldn't just be doing a sideways trade like that. And even if Hughes has a good week, we can go Hines to Hughes next week where the break even is a bit better. So I would just sit on that. I mean, I just think we're accepting Hines for what he is at the moment. But yeah, nothing really crazy there to really talk about. Also, just looking at the team here, I can't, they're just such a weird super coach team. Harodi's you really only play where they go left a lot. Look, I think if some random injury also happens for the Sharks, for the centers or the wingers, you're going to find Harodi holding his place or moving to a position that's either center or winger. So that could be something that you get very, very lucky with if you bring him in. But I think the correct play is to bring him in. The question is, in 2 weeks' time, when Iro is named, does he hold his position in terms of just being in the team? Or does he just get absolutely put to like 18th man or just on the reserves and doesn't get play? And then who do we go to if that happens? So maybe what you can do is look at getting Harodi in, holding a bit of cash in the bank and playing to looking at getting Dylan Lucas when he comes back in for the Newcastle Knights. That could be a great play because I've been waiting for Lucas to come back so I can get him in. The problem is Dylan Lucas an Origin player? I'm actually at a blank of mind now. Does he play Origin, Dylan Lucas? Or is it just Bradman Best and Ponga? No, he doesn't. Okay, so that's a massive, massive play. I think if we get in the mindset now of saying we need to prep up to have some cash available for when Dylan Lucas comes back, it's going to be absolutely massive. If we look at the draw here for Newcastle, they come against Sharks, New Zealand away, South, Gold Coast, Para, Penrith away, which at this time this is round 12 when the Origin players go. Is that correct? Round 12. So around this period here, if Lucas comes back around Gold Coast, Para, lock him in. Lock him in. Get the keys. Pew, pew, pew. Get him in. Lock it. Throw him away. Okay? Eligible for New South Wales, but he's never played. I think with the injury that he's had as well, he won't get picked. That's also a big thing, Nikhil. I think Kiraz is going to be one of the wingers. Who else would it be? It's To'o and Kiraz, right? Or no? Is it just going to be, and then Lomax will play center? So you need to watch out for that as well, because I think Kiraz will get picked. Jack Goss broken arm, out for 8 weeks. He was a sell either way. Lomax is fit. Over Nico? What do you mean over Nico? I don't think Nico is in the Origin this year, or at all. Isn't it just Burton Cleary? Isn't that what it's always been? I go for Queensland, so I don't know 1,000 things about the New South Wales lineup. But yeah. All right, let's go there. Ponga, if you choose to hold him, you choose to hold him. With Goz out, does Hunt starting 2RF become a downgrade? Let's check. Let me just look into something here. The problem is... Whoa. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. So has he played 1 game? Am I tripping, or 2 games? How many? He's played 2. 2 for what? For 96? How many minutes did he play in his hold on, let's just NRL SC stats. Just want to check something. How many is he going to get increased? I just want to see what he's not that. Jaden. Let's just have a look here. He played 27 minutes for 22 points. So his PPM was 0.81. Does anyone know how many minutes he played last week? I would say that you're still better off going Dylan Egan if you don't have him. I think a lot can change with Broncos. A lot of switching, swapping, plus the minutes. I think Dylan Egan is in a better spot for you to go and grab over Hunt. So yeah. Let's look at is it the last game now? Jeez, I try and make these quick, but I tell you what, boys. Oh God, I can't look at this. I can't. This is the last game, right? Please tell me you were joking about Galvin. Please tell me you were joking. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's true. It's true. No, I have to trade Galvin now. Far out. I guess I'm going Galvin. Galvin to Munster. Far out. That's annoying. He was like my pod pick as well. Like not many people were going him. How many people had him? 11% now? Oh, that hurts. I'm just going to do this in front of you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're looking at my money in the bank. What's Munster? Please don't be high. 655. Eh, you got it. Okay, Munster it is. Munster and Campbell. At least you're not a Tigers fan. This is the thing I find ironic. Tell me if this is way off and way incorrect, right? Could be worth a hold. Nah, I wanted a reason to go Munster, and I tried putting Campbell. I tried trading Iongi out, swinging Campbell down to my fullback, and then putting Munster in. I think you still have to have Munster in. He's just, yeah, it's just what with what Melbourne have. Like, who else can we go here, right? Let's just do this first, and we can talk about trades. All right, so this is crazy. Oh, my God. I wonder who he's going to go to. Have there been any talks about where he's going? Is it Para? Is it, like, because of the Dylan Brown news as well? Has anyone got any information? So Stafford Toa is a great pick here. You can go for him, especially against the Tigers. So Dewey goes to 7. Do you know this is real? You know, okay. God, this is really, really good for Dewey owners, I think. When he played the last trial game, he played at 7, correct? And he absolutely dominated. The fact, do you know what? Can it be? Could you go Galvin to Dewey? No way you could. What's his name? Alex? Adam? Adam Dewey? Yeah, that's the one. Jesus, I don't think you can do it. 451,000 going against the Eels. Yeah, this is the thing. In their last trial match, he absolutely carved up. And the only thing I was saying to myself is, I'm not going to start with Dewey because he's in the centers and he looked good in the halves, but he's not going to be there. Now he actually goes into the halves. I still think you go Munster. But if he has a killer, an absolute killer of a match against Para, they come into Sharks, St. George, Melbourne away, Souths bye. Oh, the Supercoach just does these things to you, man. Also, a really good captaincy pick, Terrell May this game. I think he's going to absolutely roll these forwards and he's going to just monster. Like, I mean, monster these people. I don't know. I've just got this feeling that Terrell May this week could be a great captaincy pick. I think he also could maybe sneakily get a try against these guys. So yeah, Jerome Luai and Adam Dewey to combine in the halves. Brent Naden is back from a knee injury and slides into Dewey's center spot. This is actually really interesting because I think Naden was doing really, really well. Before the injury, he's 338,000. 338,000 with a break even of 35. Wait, did he get injured in the trials? Is that correct, guys? Am I correct in saying that? This is actually a very big sneaky pod right here. 548 selections. Don't get me wrong, I understand Hiroti, but we are now looking at someone that can hold their spot. Dewey could stay in the halves. The only thing is if they perform bad, you could see Naden drop out or go to the bench. Dewey goes back to the centers, then Fainu comes in, right? That would be the thing. Or does Fainu come off the bench here? What have they done? Here, Brent Naden, Luke Lloyd comes into the win for Skelton. A massive boost of power. Mitch Moses back. Yeah, after suffering stress fracture. Prop Jack Williams is also back. Tuilagi returns. Oh my God, load up. This guy couldn't defend. I can't believe he's actually made it back into the team. What? Joe Offengalu, Ryan Madison, Charlie Gummadine drop out. Oh! Thank you, Bubba. I'll be done in 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. He's out with a thumb injury. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm concerned about. Does Finu just slot in to Dewey's spot and Dewey go to center? Could do a big play on Brent Naden here. That's actually really, really interesting. I'm going to watch list this. I think it deserves the watch list. All right. Is that it? Surely that's it. Okay, we are done. Nice. Well, that was good. All right, let's talk about trades and stuff. Does anyone have anything they want to talk about in terms of who they're thinking of trading or their plays? I'm going to go through and tell you what I'm going to be doing this week with my team. Look, it's not 100% confirmed. Last week, I said I was going to go to Hudson Young. I was going to get Hiroti in last week. And I was going to do something else. I didn't do that, and I got Egan and Kant in instead, and I didn't use a boost. This week, I will be using a boost, so I have 3 boosts left at the moment. Purdue is going to be obviously on the bye, so I think I'm going to be plugging in like this. I still think my play, the problem is I don't have a high-priced player that I'm willing to drop down to then make money to get me someone else. I don't want to get rid of Garrick. He's versing St. George. If I get rid of Iongi, it puts me to approximately 198. So about, what, 550 or something? No, did I just do that way over? Yeah, about 590 or something. So what am I thinking with KP? Most probably go straight to Pappenhausen. If I go straight to Pappenhausen, so my initial trade was Ponga to Pap, Iongi to Tedesco, and Shibasaki to Hiroti. That's what I had. But now with the Galvin situation, I kind of am forced to go Munster. What I can do now, though, let's just see, is can I actually go 633? I don't have my boost activated, right? Oh, I could have done that on the right. I always forget that. Okay, so we activate boost. I think what I'm doing this week, gosh, is it Tamale over... Okay, do you know what's pissed me off this week? Is that Tamale should have got that line break or line break assist, or both, whatever it was. He would have been at like 54 or something, or 50, and I wouldn't have to be thinking about who I need to get rid of between Tamale and Shibasaki. I don't know how they can't go back and be like, yeah, he actually deserves this. So I think for me, I do that. So if I go Iongi, because the thing is, after this match, Iongi has the Para have a bye. Currently sitting with 34 trades and 2 boosts left. Is that after you've made trades this week or before? The thing is, in my brain, I know you guys might think this is really like silly in a way, but my money brain says to me, you are an absolute moron for trading someone that has a 2 break even going into Sharks away, Dolphins, Newcastle. Like, yes, Sharks away will be bad, but Iongi could be one of the best holds if I can just hold him in that period, right? And sell it about round, most probably Most probably round 10. You don't think I should trade Iongi? Don't trade Iongi. I still think I have to trade Ponga, guys. I can't trust this guy. I gotta do it. I gotta go Pap. It's just fantasy 101. Kuraz or Herbie as a trade-in? I think it's Kuraz, in my opinion. But they have, who do they have this week? South into Broncos away, Gold Coast away, Canberra away. That's a bit rough. Also, he's getting picked for Origin. Who's the other one? Herbie. Didn't Herbie base like 70 or something? Something insane. Dolphins have Panthers, Melbourne, Canberra away, Sydney away, Para away. Is there a point where we say we don't need to have either of those guys at the moment? Can we not just get them after Origin? Can you not look at getting Herbie? Herbie plays Origin, right? Or am I tripping on that as well? If he doesn't play Origin, don't you get him around round 10 or here, round 14? I would more look at getting Herbie here, round 14. This is a nice little run here after that bye. Herbie is English? Oh, shit. Guys, don't laugh. Don't laugh. It's my second season in Supercoach. I'm top 1,500. Give me the props when I deserve them. Okay? Give me my props when I deserve them. Don't be rude to me. I'm joking. I love you all. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to be looking at doing. Do I even need to boost? Do I actually need to boost here? Munster? Hines? Cleary? Maybe I don't need to boost, guys. Your fullbacks are Paps, Gutherson, and Teddy. Yeah, I think that's what. So the thing is, 435, I won't be able to. I just don't have the money for that. I could if I go Shibasaki. But guys, Shibasaki could drop another 100-point game. Do we understand that? Like, he's a good player. He just randomly hasn't been getting the ball at the right moments. But against a Warriors team that's a bit depleted, just leaked 50 points against Melbourne, couldn't, like, 9,000 trades? Is this crazy? Is this not crazy? Iongi 4.6k. It's because everyone's either going Teddy or Paps. That's understandable. Tamale, like, I think out of all these, the two biggest ones I understand is Shibasaki and Tamale. Drinkwater will be better than Gutho. That's a big call. Xavier Coates, 2,604 trades. Oh, shit. Shit. I just don't think I can boost for Hiroti, guys. I don't. If I said in my mind I'm boosting for Hiroti, doesn't that just sound awful? All right, let's talk about captains quickly before we go. At the moment, this is what I'm sticking with. My captains personally this week, God, I think I'm going to have to do it. Combank Stadium, West Tigers, Terrell May, vice captain. Vice captain? Vice captain. Pap. I think this is it. Vice captain Pap, Terrell May, captain. I think with the amount of chop and changes to Parramatta, even though Moses is back, this is going to be quite a... I think he's going to get a lot of offloads this game. He could even get a sneaky try. He's been so close to getting a try. Reserve wise, I'm definitely not going Nicholson because of the Hosking interchange name. I really, really think we still have to go. I don't know if we have to go Egan. I have to go this. And most probably this. This is fair. Shibasaki, Campbell, Hines, Horsburgh. And I've held on to Gula. The cash you can get from Hiroti. I'm thinking now. If I boost, I trade. Okay, let's just see. Let's just see here. Okay, let's just see. And then we'll run through who I think the best captains are for like each round in this week. So if I boost now and go Hiroti, 377,000 in the bank. Then Hiroti obviously comes into my team. Tamale goes out. 1, 2, 3. Most probably. Jeez, I actually don't know. Most probably Egan. Am I mad for doing that? Maybe Egan? Maybe. Do you guys like this reserve lineup? I kind of like it. All right. So that's what it's going to be. Vice Captain Pap into Terrell May captain for me. I'm actually not mad at this. 288,000. Negative 61. Sure. You think Nicholson will play good minutes with that rotation, maybe even the full 80. I just am a bit worried about the Hosking thing. You just don't know what Ricky's going to do. I think Titans are going to really bounce back this game as well, so we might see a bit of a lesser score for him. I mean, I could be completely incorrect. He's obviously still going to be in my team, so it doesn't really hurt crazy. Hubner, I don't want to go into because they pulled him off randomly last week. Could you're not going... Okay, so let's just talk about captains here because not everyone obviously has my team. Hosking will slot into the 13. So you think he'll come on for Smithies? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's talk about everything here for the matches. All right, so Manly St. George, if you are crazy... Oh, well, not crazy. You most probably got 2 vice captaincy picks here. I think one is obviously Gutho. You can definitely do that. He's in my team. I think this is going to be a much harder game, though, so I wouldn't lean into that, in my opinion. And you could also do Garrick if you still have Garrick, okay? These are 2 completely fine. If you have Ola, is Ola named? If he's named, you could do Ola, but I'd just rather do Garrick over that. They could score big against St. George. The Bulldogs game and Souths game, I don't really think you can go anyone here. Preston, if you're really crazy, but I just don't think it's a shout, so I wouldn't go anything there. Dolphins into Melbourne. Obviously, we're looking at Paps, vice captain. Even a captaincy, I wouldn't be mad at. I think there will be a lot of points scored here. I don't think you're doing anything against on the Dolphins team because of who they're versing. New Zealand against Broncos, you can definitely look at Reece Walsh. You can definitely look at Payne Haas. That actually could be a great vice captaincy or captaincy shout against a New Zealand team that just lost James Fisher-Harris. So Jackson Ford comes up now. It's obviously still Mitch Barnett there, but I think Haas could be a great shout there. No one from New Zealand Warriors. They have a depleted team. Yeah, you can afford to skip Hiroti. That's what I'm thinking as well. So that's a big debate I will have. I generally like getting people in that if they are going to make cash, at least their basement price. I think Kant was the exception because of the Dylan Lucas injury knowing to be a bit longer than suspected. But yeah, that was just my thought process behind it. Sydney Roosters versus Penrith. Tedesco, tick. Cleary, maybe not. Now that we've seen what's been happening with Penrith, you can do it. I would suggest if you do it, go vice captaincy. If you have both of these players, just go with Teddy, I would say. No one really else there. Angus Crichton, I wouldn't lean into that yet. You could look at doing Lindsay Smith as a vice captain with the increased minutes, but I think there's a higher ceiling to Cleary, obviously, so maybe that's your gamble. Gold Coast versus Canberra, you still can look at Jaden Campbell. Canberra being a bit weird with scoring. I don't think this is a game where Hudson Young is going to score 2 tries, so don't look there. If you did bring him in or are bringing him in, just bring him in for his points and what he gets, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be going 90 plus this week. You can't look at Tino. Fifita, I still wouldn't look at these guys as any type of captaincy picks, vice captain or captain. I would hold off and just watch this game. Newcastle against Sharks, if you are holding on to Ponga, you could go for it for sure. Sharks are just really weird as a super coach team. I wouldn't go anything there. I would, if you are looking at doing this, maybe vice captain Ponga, but I'm just off what I'm seeing the Newcastle Knights at the moment. West Tigers versus Para. No one from Para, but you could definitely look at Terrell May here. No one else really for West Tigers, I don't think. I'm just trying to go through my head. I actually said about a few days ago that for this game, Galvin would have been a nice vice captaincy or captaincy pick. That's gone out the window. And that's who I would be recommending for vice captains and captain picks. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope I've just been helpful with some information. Feel free just to like even drop a comment once the live stops, and I'll get back to like any questions you guys have about trades you're thinking, like just whatever. I'm honestly more than happy to like just have a chat with you guys about it all. More than happy. So just so you guys know, next season, I don't know if I should talk about this right now, but I am going to say it. So next season, one thing I'm not going to be doing, I need to look at like obviously us growing this channel, but one thing I'm not going to be doing is I'm not going to be doing sponsorships for gambling. I just don't really believe in that stuff. And I think gambling can be a really, really bad and dangerous addiction. And I'm not going to be someone that chases that sort of stuff. And I'm really, really big, like when we venture into podcasting for fantasy, I hate doing like these weird 40-second music intros and then sponsorship talks and all this stuff. I just want, as soon as the podcast comes on or as soon as a video comes on, we say, hey, how are you? Yep, good. How's everyone's week going? And we just get into fantasy talk. Now, next year, providing this channel goes all and good and well, I'm going to be doing a first place league giveaway of real money to the winner. Okay? And the amount is going to be over $1,000. So as we build this channel up next season, I'm going to be doing a money giveaway to the person that comes first in our league. So get ready for that. All the requirement is that you're a subscriber to this channel. And then, yeah, that's it. But we will be doing podcasting. I just want to build the YouTube first. My plan is to get it to like 1,000 subscribers and then go from there. And that is it. So yeah, throw any questions my way. I love answering questions and just like helping out or just talking footy. And then obviously we will look at like a WhatsApp group down the future. But that's just all stuff you do with it all. But yeah, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Much love. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your footy. Don't stress out over fantasy. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I did not expect to have like over 20 viewers when we started this out. So, and even some of the views we're getting on video. So good luck in your fantasy. Remember, boosting is not always the answer. So good luck. Don't waste your trades too much. And I will see you guys soon. Much love. Much love.